Hey ratbags, it's Jade with a breakdown again of Obsidian and Avowed. Obviously we got a story trailer yesterday as part of the Xbox Game Show, but surprisingly no release date. We've already been told it's coming fall 2024, that was in the trailer they showed off at the start of the year, but now there was seemingly a bit of confusion because on their blog post last night they did post a release date and quickly took it down. If you check the website right now, you'll see no mention of a specific date. It quickly got altered. There was some other new info as well about the trailer and about what kind of gameplay we can expect. So let's cover all these details. As I've said to you guys, especially my grounded fans on this channel, I will be covering Avowed in a big way when it launches, and I think a lot of you guys are going to enjoy the gameplay. So yeah, I picked up on this morning after working my butt off last night, showcasing all sorts of new survival games news, gameplay and guides. But Avowed is scheduled to release on November. Obviously things may change, hence why they've took the dates down. Maybe something hasn't been confirmed, but according to the blog post before it was deleted, 12th of November is in fact going to be the date. Now that's kind of in line of what we all assumed, given they said fall. But yeah, it was really strange not to see a release date on this trailer last night. As I said, if you go onto the website now, it won't actually show that date, but we have got lots of new screenshots. So what's the deal? Why haven't they just give us the release date, and why have they scrubbed any mention of it? Well, a couple of things. Obviously, they could just be trying to make sure they've got it locked in 100%. Don't want to give a false date and then basically have to say it's going to be delayed. They may still want to be checking out what rivals are doing. One of the big rivals that they don't want to maybe compete with is Assassin's Creed and Shadows. That's scheduled to release on November the 15th. So it's more than likely that they've decided they don't want to compete with another big RPG game and instead release it just a little bit later or maybe even earlier. Now early is a stretch. No game really ever does that too often, but I could see it definitely releasing at the very end of November. Maybe they're going to push it back a couple of weeks because of that reason. If it's nothing to do with the competition, they're pretty solid in what they're doing, then the other option could be that they're going to be releasing on other platforms. More interviews with Phil Spencer, obviously the Xbox head, pretty much dictating that there will be more Xbox games coming to other platforms, including the new Doom game, The Dark Ages. That is going to be launching on PlayStation 5 as well. Given that Avowed is obviously made by Obsidian, who have just released Grounded on PlayStation and Nintendo Switch, one of the first of the 4 Xbox produced, published first party games to do so, it wouldn't be too surprising if we saw Avowed actually come out on PlayStation as well. The porting process can obviously take a long time, but also takes a while to get through cert on PlayStation, about 3 months. So you never know, they may be just wanting to hedge their bets, make sure everything gets ticked, and we could see Avowed come to other platforms at launch. I'd be surprised though. I reckon it's definitely probably more to do with just not competing with Assassin's Creed. I think that's probably what they're more worried about, rather than maybe getting it ready for the PlayStation release as well. This game's not a live service, it doesn't have to have like a huge player count. It can easily just be ported to PlayStation some months afterwards. And that's what happened with Grounded. I mean, it took nearly 2 years for Grounded to come out on PlayStation and Switch after its 1.0 release. So for now, until we hear different, Avowed is going to be a Game Pass Day 1 release on Xbox and PC. And as of right now, the only date we've seen or been given is the 12th of November. I really do predict that to be changed. I reckon it will release towards the end of November instead. What we did find out last night, more so from the Xbox Wire post, was more details about where we're going to start off in the game and companions. We are going to be an envoy sent directly by the Adrian Empire. Your adventure kicks off in Paradis, the bustling port city at the heart of the living lands. It's also the epicenter of tension between Adrian forces and locals who are suspicious of Erda's growing presence. None of that means anything to me. I am not a Pillar of Eternity buff, but maybe it's about time I started looking into it a bit more. But effectively, the Dream Scourge is a plague of the soul that's affecting more and more people and animals, as well as the land itself. As creatures and the landscape succumbs to this, they pretty much suffer from confusion, disorientation and hallucinations, and get more erratic in their behaviour as if trapped in a waking nightmare. Once in the final stages, the dream thralls, they turn violent. This is why we see these fungal growths on them and their minds and souls overtaken by the plague. During the trailer, we get 3 distinct voices talking to us. The Emperor talking pretty much about how the Dream Scourge could develop if unchecked, and how we're going to be sent to the wild frontier to uncover the source of the plague and put an end to it. Then we've got Inquisitor Lodwyn, the leader of the Steel Garrote. An extremist paladin order from Erda believe there's something more sinister at play and causing us not only to eradicate the Dream Scourge, but also bring the island's unruly factions to heel. And then our companion Gyata perceives a larger, more mysterious force at work in the land and urges you to embrace it all in its awe and chaos. So these are the 3 factions that we're going to have to maybe keep sweet, and I'm hoping there'll be some meaningful choices debating about what or how we can make or shape the game. So there will be 4 companions. Gyata is going to be a brilliant and outspoken animancer who studies soul energy. I probably will start doing more of a breakdown on the other companions as we get even more news. That's pretty much it. The blog just finishes off with some more details about how decisions will shape the landscape and the ecosystem of the living lands. The bulk of our time is going to be on this island Ida by the looks of it, and it's nice to see a good, nice little spider-like creature, given they did so well in Grounded. Now obviously the Grounded team aren't actually part of the crew that have been making Avowed. To be 100% clear, you might hear me and see me reference it, because this channel has been devoted to Grounded pretty much for a long time now. But of course Avowed has been in development just as long nearly as Grounded. And yeah, so they are separate teams, but you never know. Now Grounded has pretty much finished, and we assume they're working on Grounded 2. There may be a gap where they may help a little bit in certain aspects. So, how do you feel about that release date? Will you be taking a look at Assassin's Creed? Is that too many RPGs in short space of time? Do you think it's going to be delayed? Do you think it'll be brought back a bit earlier? At least we do know, again, confirming it will be released before the end of the year. If we get any more news confirmation, I'll let you guys know. Until next time, Ratbags, I'll catch you for more Avowed and Obsidian Grounded flavoured news, as well as some more cozy survival soon.